Oldies Light right here at the Big 1080, Michigan's Big Oldies. Good morning, Friday morning to you. BS in the morning. We still got to get to our celebrity birthdays and this ain't history later on.
Yeah.
Busy morning here. First, let's get into something really serious here for this Friday. Yeah, Jamie Henry here with us from Hey Groove Productions. Now, Jamie, first of all, you guys have a benefit concert going on, and well, now let's get some information about this. From what I saw and what I know, there is a child who is in the hospital, and he has bleeding in the brain.
Yes.
That's what it is now. What's his name?
I think they're just calling him Shooter right now.
Okay. And how old is he?
Then I'm not really sure. He's probably around 4 or 5-ish.
4 or 5 years. I mean, he looks very, really young.
Yeah, he's very young. Very young.
So explain what's going on here to help with, obviously medical bills are expensive.
Well, basically what happened is he had some sort of tumor at one point. They went in to do the surgery. Surgery seemed as though it had went well. He went home and had complications, went back into the hospital. They found bleeding on the brain, and coincidingly, his father lost his job, got laid off, and lost all of his insurance. And now they're pretty much leaving this kid out to dry, and he's just sitting in this hospital bed. And, I guess that's our, pharmaceutical and hospital and federal, all working together to help out a small child. So I guess it's time for all of us little folk to pull together and do what we can to try and raise some money for him.
Wow. So they lost medical insurance. Dad lost his job, and he's in stable condition.
Yes, right now, yeah.
In the hospital, so obviously they need to get the medical help. So what Hey Groove Productions is putting on a benefit show down. Now it's in the Detroit area.
Yeah, it's in Detroit. It's actually make small correction. It's the Vigilantes Motorcycle Group.
Okay.
Which they motorcycle groups, they get a lot of bad publicity. Especially with shows like Sons of Anarchy, stuff like that. Drugs and violence and this and that. These guys are great guys. They give back to the community on a regular basis. They do a benefit show for whatever it may be every single month at their club, which is a 3,000 square foot club with 3 full bars. And they donate all their money to whatever, happens to be going on. In this case, it happens to be a grandchild of one of their members.
Oh.
And one of the guys, the main guy, is David Mead. He's a great guy. He's the one that's really strongholded this whole issue. We got into touch, and I used Hey Groove Productions to get in touch with some bands. We got 4 bands playing. Everybody's playing for free. All proceeds from everything is going directly to the family. Nobody's making a red cent off of this.
Okay. And the club establishment as well. I mean,
right.
You were telling me off the year before that not only does the door cover going because of the donation purpose, now they're actually doing it inside the club as well for the bars and stuff like that?
It's purely a donation purpose. Once you're inside there for the bar, it's a donation, and then you pop your top, get a little happy, and watch some bands, and make some money for this kid, to get back on his feet.
When is this happening?
December 15th.
Okay.
It's at the clubhouse. It's down on Gratiot in downtown Detroit.
Okay.
All of the parking is completely secured by the Vigilantes group themselves.
Okay.
So, no worries. You get all these scary stories about Detroit.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of guys running around with leather jackets that say vigilantes on them. People tend to stay away from your car.
So you get the full protection.
Yeah.
When you're going down there. Yeah. That is one of the stereotypes that you do here for Detroit. But, so the vigilante motorcycle group is putting this on with Hay Group. Now you go down, the parking's taken care of, you're secured with that. Donation base. What is the door cover for getting in this event?
$10.
Okay. $10 to get in the door. The proceeds go to the child in need here.
Right.
What bands do we have going to be performing up on the stage?
Well, we've got Dissect, which is, these are mostly metal bands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dissect, they're a great band. There's a band called Grand Circus that I didn't actually book, so I can't talk too much about them because I'm not really sure. I know that we're trying to mix it up so that everybody can have fun. So there's metal groups and there's also, some rock and roll groups. We got Straight Jacket, which is a combination of rock, metal, cover, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Demise of the Enthroned, which is my favorite. They're some of my closest friends. I've been in bands with them. The lead singer, Jay, this guy is so powerful that he wouldn't even need a PA to play live. I mean, he's just insane. Johnny Demise, he's an insane character. You got Nate and Chris on guitar, and Pete on drums, and James on bass. These guys are just incredible. I think they're gonna headline and end out the night. They've always got a good pool. They're probably the next big band coming out of the Detroit area, the next Battlecross or Dahlia Black Murder, as far as the metal avenue goes. They're incredible. Can't wait. They're just great guys.
What I'm doing right now is I'm on our Facebook fan page. We're posting the link up for this information. There we go. Just want to post it up on there for people that want more information now on it. So this is the. When we go back here, you said Shooter.
Yeah.
Shooter's a fundraiser. A child laying in a hospital bed, bleeding in the brain, 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, this is, and then the parent, the father loses his job, that they lose the insurance coverage, they're
just fail, epically.
And this is
horrible.
And this is the time of that. I mean, think about this for a second here. I mean, what would you do if it was your child? And what situation would you be in? And
I'm thinking all Shooter wants for Christmas is to get out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't imagine my own child being in that position. I don't know what I would do. I would just break down. Seriously, break down.
One of the things I'd like to point out too is, let's say we bring in $5,000 or something like that, to help them out. Which, once again, a big shout out to the vigilante group because, not only are they, doing this, you got to keep in mind, not only are they having all these bands come in there, they're paying for all these utilities that are going on all night. They're paying for, it costs a lot to run these bands and smoke machines. They got full stage, 3 bars, like I said. They're putting a lot out there.
Right.
And $5,000, that's not going to cover half a day in a hospital.
No.
Especially, with something that dramatic, that's going on. So there needs to be more awareness that this is going on in these hospitals with these children. I understand when it goes on with adults and, stuff like that. Not that it's any more right, but, there needs to be some kind of awareness, and this needs to be brought up a little bit.
Yeah, that's sadly, you look at the picture I put on Facebook. I mean, that's the picture I looked at, and it was just like, hit me. It's like, look at this child laying in this hospital bed. and it's the holiday season.
You know. And there is something that you can do about it.
Yeah.
There is something you can do. So
it's all about the pay it forward and helping. And
exactly.
You know.
I have a question for you, Jamie. Now, if maybe you're not quite interested in going out to the show, maybe you can't make it or whatever, is there some other way that you can donate and help out the family?
You can get a hold of me on Facebook, Jamie Hembree, Hembree. David Mead, his last name is Meade, I believe it is. And get a hold of us on Facebook. We'll set up all that to where it goes directly to the family. Nobody's getting their hands in the honey pot, nothing like that, and it's going directly to the family. We'll take care of all that if we get any. Every penny counts. You know?
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to a hospital bill. I mean, they're just outrageous anymore.
Yeah. So how long has he been in the hospital now? Do you know?
I'm not really sure. They just said, hey, we got this kid, and this, you know, he's bleeding at the brain, and this is what's going on. I saw it at about 8 o'clock in the morning via Facebook, and I was on the phone by 8:30, calling around trying to book bands, see what I could do, you know, with Hay Groove Productions to try and help him out, and, you know, just give this kid a fighting chance.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is when you look at this. You see, what was it? He had tumors before?
I believe it was tumors that it started out with.
He got those out, and then next thing you know, back in the hospital again with the bleeding in the brain there.
Yeah. It's so sad. This sort of thing happens, and you know, there's no way to predict whether or not it will happen. You know, you go in for the surgery and you think, yeah, you know, everything's going to be great after this, and then, you know, all of a sudden things go awry, and it just happens to be one of those incidents when the family really cannot pay for the medical bills, and you know, completely not their fault that it happened the way it happened. And you know, yeah, there's a reason when things happen like this, and I can't help but believe that it's not to tell, you know, the rest of the world, hey, there is some times that you need to step up and you need to help out, help your fellow man, help this child, because he's in need now, and he may or may not survive without your help. And, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I really do believe that sometimes it's the powers that be that are trying to tell the rest of us that, hey, we can't just worry about ourselves all the time.
Right. And let's recap on this before we get to our break here. This is December 15th. Go ahead and go back down this again real quick. We'll have the details on it.
Yeah, it's at the Vigilante Clubhouse. It's down on Gratiot Avenue.
Okay.
Like I said, it's going to be completely secure parking, everything else. Nobody's got to worry about anything. One thing I would like to point out is there was a great point, Sue, that you just made. Great point. The only thing that I'd like to add to it is when you're dealing with a child in a situation like this, is that not only should everybody step up and help, the state and federal government should be in there immediately trying to help these children out and not denying them Medicaid or anything like that. They should be helped out. Every kid should be able to have a chance at life. And so if you guys do get down there, which I hope you do, and you see his family, you know, go up, give a brother a hug, tell him, you know, hey, man, that's all I got is $1. Here you go. You know, $1 is better than no dollar.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, and it's all about the love and companionship of everybody getting together and having a good time.
You can't make it down there. You can contact us even on Facebook as well, or contact us at the radio station. We can put you in connection as well with Jamie and with the wood shooter and the organization to help if you can't make it down there on December 15th. That's the address over there is 9311 Gratiot Avenue. They're in Detroit. The vigilante motorcycle group helping with this and putting this on. They got bands throughout the night for this, mixing it up a little bit.
As well as food.
There's food. You see, and then it's all donation-based, $10 at the door. Everything inside donation-based as well. All proceeds are going to help this child in the hospital. And he's got bleeding in the brain.
Kudos to the vigilante motorcycle group, and kudos to Jamie and your organization. Fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic that you guys are stepping up to the plate and doing this.
I appreciate it very much. I'd like to give a big shout out to David Mead, for really taking this under his wing. And, he's been a champ. He's been calling me, on a daily basis, making sure everything's going good. And, he's really been a champ through this whole thing. I got a lot of respect for this guy. He really cares for his brother, and he cares for his brother's grandson.
That's cool.
Yeah, very good.
Cool.